Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. So, I just came off Paladin pretty recently, and Warlock just before that. It's time for Rogue again. Rogue's been doing pretty well for me in ranked play, so I can prepare for some disappointment. Chicken, bad. Wailing Soul, pretty random first pick. We'll go with Sunfury Protector. Noatron's pretty strong. I think I'm still better off taking the Shield Master, who can, smash things somewhat. He's very powerful. We're not taking him. She could be... See, I don't know what my deck's going to be like, which is making it harder for this. I could take her. She's kind of the safe play, but on the other hand, she's kind of weak if your opponent doesn't have the Death Rattle stuff. They need one Death Rattle to make her pretty good for her cost, or at least, actually to make her decent for the cost, frankly. Because otherwise you'd rather have Grizzly Bears, which are pretty mediocre. So we gotta have one to make her even remotely worth it. If they have two Death Rattles, then she's amazing. That's a pretty big jump. We're gonna take the Abomination. Abomination's pretty strong. Do I want to sprint? It's early enough now, I could take the sprint and try and go lower on the curve for my lower mana cost for my other cards, but I don't know. It's so expensive. If you sprint and you have if there's not much on the board and you aren't at the verge of death and you sprint, that could easily win you the game, but I don't know. It's just so expensive. It's often going to be a dead card in my hand, and these are two very solid fighting minions. I'm having a hard time choosing between them because Spider Tank, it's not that exciting, right? It's solid. The Trog, pretty interesting. I mean, pay one more and he's only got one more hit point, but your opponent has to worry about if they cast any spells, he becomes like a monster. I feel like I used to be all about the 4-cost beatdown machines, but if you can get the really good stuff, I think the 3-cost death machines are almost better. You can coin out a 3-cost powerhouse pretty soon. Spider Tank's not the best, but is pretty solid for that. I think I'm going to take it, even though I'm very tempted by the Trog. This is hard too, because the Auto Barber, in Constructed, I'm actually not playing him. Because as great as he is, I find that he doesn't work out very well for a rush. I'm usually not going to have a dagger out on, the first turn when I could drop this guy, right? First turn, am I going to coin out the Auto Barber and then lose his battle cry? Or am I going to coin out a dagger just so that second turn I can play the Auto Barber and get a 2-attack dagger? Maybe. That's not too bad. But without the coin, it's even worse. He doesn't work out well as a second turn play, is basically what I'm whining about. I mean, he's okay. He's still a mech raptor, basically, which is better than a raptor. But, yeah. In the arena, that +1 attack on the weapon is a little bit more valuable than in ranked, though. Just a 2-attack dagger is actually pretty good. But backstab's also really good. I guess I gotta take the Auto Barber because it's good to have minions, and he does sort of contribute to killing. Okay. Mechanic's fine. Fan of Knives serves a purpose. It's so hard for the rogue to get any area at all. Just that 1-point AoE will actually help you in a lot of situations, which is why I play this in my ranked rogue deck despite not having any spell power. I've just found through experience that having this is better than not having it in the deck. And it's a lot better than for a while I was like, oh, I'll have Shiv. It costs less. Usually they're not going to have that many minions. So 1 damage to finish something is fine. You still draw the card. Now, Fan of Knives is really good. On the other hand, Sprint, it's so Sprint. I'm going to take the Sprint this time. As nice as it would be to have that AoE. So I could take the Raptor, or I could take the Pirate Cannon. Probably not going to have that many pirates. But it's still... I'd rather have the 2-3 than the 3-2 most of the time. I'm not too likely to have a whole bunch of stuff to buff the squire. Let's take the cannon. Who knows? Might get pirates. Out of these, backstab is a no-brainer. I hate both those other guys. I could take another auto barber, so just looking intentional at that point. Archer can shoot things, sort of. Micro Machine, if you can protect the Micro Machine, it's a death machine. Death machine. But it's one of those things, it's like a high-risk, high-reward proposition. Sometimes it'll go crazy and just like crush your opponent. Because remember, it's getting +1 attack at the start of every turn. On your opponent's turn, it's 2. On your turn, it's 3. Opponent's turn, it's 4. And by your turn again, the second time you can attack with it, he's already up to 5 attack. Now, 2 health, he's usually dead long before that. But your opponent has to spend that effort killing your 2-cost minion because despite being 2 cost, he's that big a threat. I think I'm going to take the auto barber though. Just the second attack on a dagger. It sounds weak sauce, but I think it's good. The Goblin Sapper is a little bit tempting. Again, I don't put much faith in his ability, but 2-4 for 3 is solid. On the other hand, I can get a 2-3 for 2 that'll give taunt to things, which might save my butt later, or I could get a big-ass taunt bubble monstrosity here. Here we go, Sun Fury. Okay, here's my logic. I'm going to take another Sun Fury Protector, because that means now I'll have 2 of them. If I start seeing there's some kind of big things or whatever minions that are more useful if you have taunt givers, I can start looking at them more seriously. Like if Ruby and Eggs start coming up, stuff like that. Yeah, that's probably a dubious play, but eh. Shadow Step, I don't have any combo stuff yet. Yeah, I could auto barber and get my attack back on a dagger, and that's cool, and that might do something good sometime. But I mean, I could pop back a Sun Fury and then reuse her for right away for free. But you can make a lot of the same arguments for the Brewmaster, who is also a fat minion, so we'll take him. I don't think I'm going to have very many big weapons. War Golem is bad for the cost. He's useful in the arena, if that's what your deck needs, but I'm going to take the Direwolf Alpha, because it's very strong. Much more favorable to me. Did I actually... I have Backstab. I don't really have the spell damage stuff yet, so it's hard with the Ogre Magi. On the other hand, it's just a River Croc. I mean, the 2-3 is pretty good, but it's just a Croc. I already have a whole lot of 2-cost stuff, actually. Let's go with Ogre Magi. Never usually play Conceal, I don't know. Panther for attacking Corsair. I think I'm going to have enough taunt. I've got a Shieldmaster, an Abomination, and 2 Sun Furies. I don't need to prioritize taunt anymore. I'll take good taunt if it comes up, but I don't need to prioritize it. I don't have combos to make him like free or really cheap. It's like I have to work really hard to get him down to 2 cost. So I don't really value him very much for that. I mean, the Panther can come out and it can kill stuff. Usually lives long enough to attack. It's 3 cost and it does deliver the beats. Spare parts can often swing the day in your favor, though. Clockwork is a mech, and I normally don't have a lot of first turn plays. He's pretty solid as a first turn play. Let's take that. Why not? He's not more solid than a mech Yeti, though. Mac Daddy of mech Yetis. Yeah, we'll take the Panther this time. Why not? Ooh. So we know he's pretty good in the arena. Backstab is awesome everywhere. It's just really that 0 is a lot less than 1. Okay? Hearthstone, there's a reason they took Soulfire and they bumped it up to 1 cost and it's no longer anywhere near as good. 0 is a lot different than 1 cost, especially in the early game, but pretty much any time. It's so good. Now, I don't have the combo stuff for it. It's not that big a deal, but the Mech Warper, on the other hand, I have a fair amount of mechs. I've got Clockwork, 2 Auto Barbers, Spider Tank, Mech Yeti. I think we're going to go with the Mech Warper, because he's awesome when you get him working. Now, this is what I have in my constructed deck. ambushers. I don't need another ship's cannon. It's tempting, as I already have a ship's cannon. I should take more ship's cannons to combo with nothing. I have no pirates. So Wolf Rider would come into play and kill things, and my deck could use a little bit more of that, but I think I have to take the Shredder because he gives you so much in the way of stats. Gnomish Experimenter. He's Captain Bad. He is a 3/2 for 3. Bad. He draws a card. Good! But then he turns your card into a chicken. Bad. Like, it's not just that he gives you a thing. It doesn't give you an extra card out of nowhere that is probably a chicken, but could be something else. He's taking one of your precious cards. They're less precious in the arena, but still, he's taking one of your precious cards, and if it's a minion, he turns it into a chicken. What the hell? There's no way that an arena deck is going to... Like, maybe someone will come up with a constructed deck that takes advantage of that. There's no way it's going to work in the arena. It's just dumb. Defender Vargas, I mean, I could take the extras. We'll go Defender Vargas, but I don't have that much stuff to work with them. Although if I start stacking Mech Yetis, that'll be pretty good. Defias Ringleader is tempting because these guys, if you can backstab and get the Ringleader, there's just so much meat on it. Like, so many... It's not a lot of hit points. It's easy to take it apart. But if you get out an unopposed Ringleader combo, you can do a lot of damage to your opponent and make it hard to recover. That said, I've got a whole bunch of mechs. I could take the Tinkertown Technician. It's tempting because I have a fair amount of cheap mechs compared to like 1, 2, 3, 4 mechs that are cheaper than him and a couple other ones. But we're going to take the Yeti anyway because the Yetis should go well with my taunt-giving stuff. Bloodsail Raider's clear winner here. In a rogue deck, she's almost always going to be a 3/3. She might be bigger with the Goblin Auto Barbers. Who knows? Assassinate versus Sap. We know I don't like Cogmaster. I have lots of mechs. I'm still not taking the Cogmaster. I can summon Gozer without him. But, Assassinate versus Sap. People have owned me with Sap a lot of times. But that said, I'm still taking Assassinate because it kills things dead. I could get a pirate for my cannon. That's not going to happen. Illuminator. I'm almost tempted to take her over the Questing Adventurer because she's always going to be a 2/4, but it doesn't make sense. If you do anything, you just play him a little later in a game, you should always be able to get him up to a 3/3, often a 4/4. And if you get a 4/4 that was 3 mana, that's pretty good. So we'll take him. I'm not a huge fan of the cheat there. And he in particular needs lots of pirates to make him useful. Because otherwise he's so fragile and dead. Got some good mech choices here. Do I want the Nullifier? Again, I have lots of taunt. I've got 3 taunt givers and 2 taunts. But he's pretty solid. He's got 1 less attack than the Senjin, who I like. And in exchange, he's mostly untargetable. He's untargetable except by battle cries, which is pretty damn good. 2 attack is not as good as 3, but it's enough. There's a big difference between 2 attack and 1 attack on a taunt. 2 attack is going to inflict some damage. The 1 attack taunt guy, you can just ignore virtually. I mean, yeah, you have to fight through his 7 hit points, but this guy's much better than him. I don't know, the Demolisher can really help suppress enemies, though. Again, I have all that taunt-giving stuff. It's not like it... As long as they're good taunt things, it's not like it's that bad to have so many, though. Am I really going to lock someone down with the Demolisher? It often ends up... I don't know. It's still, though, it is a lot like a 3/4 for 3 mana. I'm going to take the Demolisher anyway. I want that slightly faster curve. Ooh. So the Farseer is pretty solid. Is he big for the cost? No, he's quite mediocre for the costs in terms of fighting power, but not bad. And the 3 healing, which can be directed to a minion, can be awesome. But the Sharp Sword Oil, give me a 4 attack dagger. And then if I can play something first, give a random minion plus 3 attack. I don't have that much like buffing type stuff. I do have a fair amount of cheap minions. I think this is going to be the strongest out of those 3. I don't need taunt that bad. We're definitely taking the Owl. for some removal-y stuff. I have very little damage, so the Geomancer is out. Very few, like, damaging spells. Just, like, one backstab, basically. That said, I mean, the Ringleader would be awesome for rushdown kills, but I think because I have so little stuff that directly kills things, I think I'm better off with the Wolf Rider. And we're running out of cards, but we did get a bonus rare here. Do I go Jeeves? I did get a Sprint, but still, Jeeves. Ancient Mage, again, I got no damaging spells. Twilight Drake, I think I'm usually going to be dumping my hand more than, like, building up a lot, though. I think I'm going to try with Jeeves. Why not? Give him Taunt or something. Oh, cool. I have a fair amount of mechs in here. So I'm going to take the Bloodsail Corsair to go with my one cannon. No. I mean, Mind Control Tech is good and all, but Iron Sensei is kick-ass. I've never gotten a chance to play with him because I didn't get any in my packs. But he's a 2/2 for 3, and at the end of the turn, he gives any other mech other than himself that you control +2/+2. That's huge. That is huge. And I mean, as long as you have another mech when you play him, you're always going to get that bonus at least once. So he's worth a 4/4 for 3 minimum, and he can, like, he doesn't go Super Saiyan, but he can train someone else to go Super Saiyan for him if he lives long enough. And then you've got this weird thing where you're buffing the other minion, so that's becoming a priority, but they want to kill him because he's the one causing the problem. I think I may have enough mechs to make him work, to make him pretty reliable in here. I mean, he's usually reliably going to die right away, but that's cool. This is interesting. This deck is lacking in fatness. It has a fair amount of 4-cost, 3-cost, just like beatdown stuff. It has 2-cost stuff. So it's going to be a pretty solid rush kind of deck, for a non-Warlock. I would hope. Warlock with the same deck would be much better. But should be a fairly solid early mid-game sort of rush, and then I have Sprint and Jeeves to try and keep me alive in the late game. But I am really going to have to rush down my opponents because I do not have the late game. Like, at all. Like, it's so bad. I should have taken that, I almost should have taken that War Golem. Okay, we're going to pitch the Panther. We're going to hope for something cheaper, or at least, like, a mech the same cost or less. No, not the starting hand Sprint. This is one of the reasons I don't like Sprint. That is going to be, I'm going to be down one card for so long before it even has a chance to dig me back out and get me a card advantage. Oh, this is not a good starting hand, because this guy is a horrible third turn play. He's got no one, unless he's got someone to help. I'm going to try and save my coin out the Mech Yeti.
Mind if I roll need?
Hopefully just draw something I can play that's more useful, actually. And coin out the Mech Yeti, except he's going to be like my first minion, so he's going to get annihilated. Well, I was thinking of backstabbing that, which is pretty stupid, because I have my dagger. Like, what else am I going to do with the mana? I'm sure there's going to be something better to backstab. It's going to be rough if my opponent has any fast stuff. And it sure looks like this person is playing fast stuff. That said, I'm going to backstab that thing's face off. It'd be nice to get her going with this, but I've learned that it's really stupid to try and save her longer and do that kind of dumb stuff. Now, I can coin out the Mech Yeti, which is really what I should do, because I can also backstab that. I was saying I was going to play her, but then I was remembering, oh yeah, I have a coin. I'm going to coin out the Mech Yeti, because anything short of killing him will allow me to Iron Sensei pretty well, and I'm going to backstab that. I don't have the combo stuff in here. I don't need to save that 0 cost to trigger combos. This is like the combo card in the entire deck. If he doesn't get fireballed, though, What is going to happen? You get fireballed, though. Frostbolt. Frostbolt is not fireball. He is technically still alive. Yeah, I mean, he's in big trouble. But this is +2/+2 it gives him. He's going to die otherwise. If I do this, it'll keep him alive. It means I'm not playing this other stuff. Damn, though. He's only 2 hit points, but I'm going to try this.
Come close and listen.
I don't have any other mechs in my hand. I'm trying to figure out if I attack. If I attack, then I can't play her as a 3/3. But if I'm going to use the Sharp Sword Oil, I'm going to want a fully refreshed weapon. No, I'm going to save it, because I could use it for removal, and also to make her a 3/3. I don't think I'm going to be Sharp Swording next turn anyway, because I'm only going to have 5 mana. Unless she Arcane Golems to kill one of these guys. She does want to kill these guys. They are both on her death list.
Pay attention, class.
What do you got? Arcane Missile? Ice Lance. Ah, with the freezing. Still, he's going to get even bigger. He's going to get killed by something, but he's going to get even bigger. In the meantime, I can play the Shield Master to protect my stuff. I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to try and keep that stuff alive. In the meantime, I can hit her for 2. I can stab away this 1/1. The ever-growing Yeti. She's probably just freezing him until she can, like, flame strike my entire army. There is some small possibility this Yeti is going to hit her in the face for like 1 billion damage at some point, though. She's been delaying it, hasn't killed it yet. Magic detected. Okay. See, the problem is, now that I don't have a dagger, I can't make good use of the Sharp Sword Oil. Because it took 2 mana to make a dagger, 2 mana to cast something, and then 4 mana for this. So that's probably not what's going on. You're weakening him because you don't want me getting through this guy. It's understandable. Okay, I think I'm going to lose my Iron Sensei. I think I don't have too much choice. I mean, I could make a dagger, Sharp Sword, hit this guy for 4, and then trade him to finish it. I don't think it's that great. Whereas I can play him. Actually, if I play him, if I make the dagger, then this plus the dagger can finish that. I was thinking of doing a Questing Adventurer play. The mana costs don't work out well with his odd number right now, though. But I can do that. Like this.
Here we go.
And then, if I just keep this guy alive for 1 turn, he's going to give me another +2 on, like, the Ironclad here, like the giant Super Yeti of Atomic Doom. So you can just Flame Strike, and then it's going to be bad. Yeah. Get a free 1/1, trade her to finish that guy. That sucks. It does. But I got a lot of damage. Did you not finish him? Did your cat sit on your mouse? What the hell? You had the perfect play! You had the card that would... The one thing you could do that would easily and automatically get you back in the game. What are you doing? So, I think we're going to play Questing Adventurer, then Sharp Sword Oil, and then hit you in the face for 1 billion damage. Can I kill her if I do this guy instead? Because that's going to be 3, 4, 5. And then if the +3 attack hits him, then she's dead. I guess I'm going to try that. It's not as good long term, but I mean, there's not going to be a whole lot of long term. Come on, come on, come on. No, it missed. Do I hit her for 5, or do I just kill this? Which is a waste of the sharp sword, kind of, but she wouldn't have that much for killing these guys. But if I hit her for 5, then I can stab her to death in 2 turns if she doesn't have the taunt. Oh, I'm going to kill that anyway. I'm sure that's a dumb move, but it's like board control. What she has in play would have a hard time stopping this. I am a fair amount ahead. I mean, one would think I could sprint if needed. So what does she have to kill the Yeti? That is the question. Just a taunt will stop me from winning right now. Ah! Boo! Yeah, she got the taunt too. Okay. Get Jeeves going. Well, I got Jeeves and the sprint. That's pretty stupid. Let's just do this.
Give me a quest.
Which one do I want it on? Make it more of a priority to kill this one. I mean, if either one gets silenced, it sucks. But if she kills this one, I get something for it. So why put all the eggs in this basket? Damn it! That's kind of funny. Well, it's going to be card drawing time. Shooting that does potentially stop me from gaining 3 life. Because it heals itself. Yep. Fair enough. Okay, so that's cheap. I think we're going to go Jeeves instead of the sprint. Jeeves is so weird, though, and my opponent might be able to take advantage of that. The sprint's just going to help me, right? Let's just sprint. Whatever. Having them both is pretty stupid. I want to save this for next turn. We're going to play this for now. It was a good time to sprint because I was definitely under no threat. That's 7 mana. No, like, immediate threat. You know, always under threat, but... I'm gonna kill him. That's unfortunate. Get the healing. I think we're going to see some taunt Jeeves out here. Oh, Mech Warper. I want to make the blade. That's going to be pretty hard. I want to make the blade before I do the Auto Barber, right? But maybe it... That important.
I wonder.
It doesn't... Getting the cheaper... I shouldn't care about the -1 mana cost. It's not relevant right now. Just get out the Mech Warper.
Powering up. Portals online.
And cheap Jeeves.
Can I help you, sir?
And then the fun part is my opponent's going to have to kill Jeeves to get to me.
My shield for Argon.
I could just play the Auto Barber without the thing there. I'm going to get a card for it, right? So I might as well. I wasn't thinking it through too well. I was thinking, Jeeves, good, but I'm not going to get that many cards from him. But she's going to pretty much have to kill through him. She can't just leave him out there. I don't think. Maybe she can burn through a lot of her cards, but if it stops her from attacking with this stuff, if she just, like, ends up leaving me alive, that'll probably bite her in the ass somehow. Although, I guess, if she had, like, a Frost Nova, that'd be pretty rough. Frost Nova and wait for some Flame Strikes. I don't like that Unstable Portal, though. That is bad news. She could get anything crazy and cast it. When I use Unstable Portal, there's a very high failure rate. By failure, I mean getting something that costs 2 or less that isn't that great. Okay, well, hers failed too, kinda. It might help her. She has the Frost Nova? Seriously? That's insane that she's actually going to get to... Nope, she's going to kill the Jeeves. That is also insane. This person keeps making bizarre decisions. Not killing the Yeti with the 3-2, like, a teacher. And then killing the Jeeves when she just dumped her cards. She's going to get the cards, and she Frost Nova'd my whole army. Like, what is she doing? I don't know. I like that Assassinate, though. He just doesn't do quite enough to kill this guy on his own, and I'd have to get through the taunt, too, so I'm definitely going to have to Assassinate him. She has a Duplicate. That's going to be bad, though.
So many.
I should kill this guy so he gets duplicated, not something else, I think. I have just barely enough mana left to do that, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. Oh. It's a mirror entity? Okay, that's pretty funny. I shouldn't have made that dagger. I might not have needed it, but oh, whatever. Do I want to hit him for one? I've got the health. I might as well try and wear him down. Because I spent the mana on that. I really should have just, like, played her, though. Just to have more stuff on the table. This mage is clinging to life, but I've had, like, this bizarre, like, card-drawing-y rogue thing. And she killed the G... She's made 2 incredibly dubious decisions so far. Which makes me think this game's gone on way longer than it should have. I could have had her down to 2, and then I could have, when I finally got this guy, probably just killed her with that. But I didn't have him at the time, I'm pretty sure, and would have taken a long time to get there.
What to do?
So, she's thinking. Maybe she's thinking of surrendering. I don't know. Okay, she's going to kill the auto. She's still trying. She's killing the auto barber. Either me or one of these guys is going to get healed. She's going to bounce him to get all his health back, which is fairly annoying. I'll admit that. And mirror image. Wow. Healed. Oh, that's pretty good. Hey, Demolisher. That's also pretty good. So, yeah, I can't really... it's going to take both my guys to get through those. My knives aren't going to help much. Although he could be working on this guy, since he can easily take the 1 damage.
I wonder.
Start stabbing that. Do I play the Abomination? I feel like he's bound to backfire. Because I feel like I'm ahead. He would kill off most of her stuff, though. And he's a 4/4. Some of these guys would survive, and she can't take a lot of that. I'm going to put him out. I'm going to hang on to her in case it's another Flame Strike. Because I have plenty of taunt. That giving taunt to more things would actually be counterproductive I'd be best off playing her over here and not just giving him taunt, so I didn't spread it out any further. So she can do some damage with her guys and her Fire Blast, but she needs a good card. That's why I put him out, because he's causing pressure now. Killing him might actually get her an advantage by wiping out a lot of this stuff, but this and that should probably survive. And her health is super low and mine is not. Although I'm all out of sprints and Gs. So she's going to go that way, because she's pretty boned if she doesn't. Might as well trade him. A lot of my stuff dies. You can finish him off now. But what is your card? You're going to take damage from this guy if you can't. Very annoying. Okay. Yield! Brewmaster. Neat. That's going to work out okay.
Here we go.
I'll put it on your head.
Brewmaster. And just to make it really hard for her to stop me from killing her, you gotta waste your time attacking the 0-5. So you can't even use him to kill that very easily. Now if you have a Flame Strike, you're in bad shape. But then if you had a Flame Strike, why would you attack like that? Yeah, whatever. You're damn right I do. Should have surrendered a while ago. Arrgh. When the light well was going off every turn and it healed me 6, it was. I don't think she was coming back from that. If she had not made those 2 stupid moves, though, I think it would have been a whole different game. If she had killed that Yeti when she had the chance, she would have taken a lot less damage. And then, even later on, I don't know if it was as important, but seriously, don't kill Jeeves. Kill the other guy. She should have left Jeeves alive, if anything, because she just dumped her whole hand. I don't know. But anyway, I did pull it out eventually. This deck has some potential. It definitely has some drawbacks. Again, look what it has for fatness. It has nothing. It actually has nothing fat. Largest creature in here is the Anabar Ambusher. That is actually what's going to kill me. I'm not usually going to get to Iron Sensei something for 3-4 turns unmolested. That's not going to happen next time. If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.